Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In tonight's movie review, I'm going to be reviewing a Disney movie for Disney's 100th anniversary today. And of course, it's going to be on the 2013 movie I just got done watching on Disney Plus, Saving Mr. Banks. Directed by John Lee Hancock and starring Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson. Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson bring to life the untold true story about the origins of one of the most treasured Disney classics of all time. Yeah, Mary Poppins. Yeah, and John Lee Hancock, who also directed The Blind Side, directs this acclaimed film, which reveals the surprising backstory behind the making of Mary Poppins. Determined to fulfill a promise to his daughters, Walt Disney tries for 20 years to obtain the rights to author P.L. Travers' beloved book. Armed with his iconic creative vision, Walt Disney pulls out all the stops, but the uncompromising Travers won't budge. Only when he reaches into his own complicated childhood does Walt discover the truth about the ghosts that haunt Travers, and together they set Mary Poppins free. Yeah, I remember when this movie first came out back in 2013, nearly 10 years ago. I remember hearing lots of really, really good things about this movie, saying that most people even consider this movie to be one of the best films ever to be released in 2013, 10 years ago. And of course, I've had this Blu-ray for a really long time, and after watching the whole movie on Disney Plus to celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary today, I gotta say, this was actually a really good movie. It was it was definitely an enjoyable, really good movie from 2013. I think it's actually one of Disney's best movies released in 2013 as well, and probably the best Disney movie to be released in 2013 as well. Yeah, excuse me. And John Lee Hancock actually does a good job directing this film. I think his direction actually worked well, and even the story itself is kind of interesting when you think about it. At first, you think this movie would be like a Walt Disney biopic film, but it's not a Walt Disney biopic because Saving Mr. Banks is actually more like a different kind of biopic film where it basically talks about how Mary Poppins was created and how it was made, and how it's between Walt Disney and P.L. Travers. And I gotta say, the performances between Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson actually do a really great job playing their characters in this film, P.L. Travers and Walt Disney. And easily the best part about this movie is Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, because Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, his performance was actually well done. It was actually spot on. Tom Hanks was great as Walt Disney. It wouldn't be until years later in 2019 when Tom Hanks also played Mr. Rogers in the Mr. Rogers biopic A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood from 2019, which I remember seeing it in theaters, and I also enjoyed that one too. Yeah, Emma Thompson was good in the film. I think both Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson both had good chemistry together when in terms of when it comes to movies like this, and yeah, it's oh yeah, and Paul Giamatti was also in the film too. Paul Giamatti, as well as Jason Schwartzman and B.J. Novak. B.J. Novak from The Office. B.J. Novak and Jason Schwartzman, I think they played the Sherman brothers, I think, from when I was watching this film. Yeah. Yeah, but Jason Schwartzman was good in the film, as well as, B.J. Novak. The performances were really good, and Thomas Newman's music score is actually very beautiful too, because I always say I always say Thomas Newman's one of my all-time favorite music score composers and conductors, and his birthday is also this Friday too, October 20th. Thomas Newman's birthday, his birthday is this Friday the 20th too. And Saving Mr. Banks is also rated PG-13 for thematic elements, including some unsettling images. And the movie's only 2 hours and 9 minutes, like an hour and 25 minutes. I also really like how the opening Disney logo variant at the beginning of Save Mr. Banks actually plays out as like an old-fashioned vintage Disney logo, where they actually use the castle design that was used, I think, between from 1985 to 2006. As far as I know, like 1985 to 2007 or whatever. But that was like, but that was one of the old castle designs that they used in their logos. And of course, the Walt Disney font logo is actually in cursive, like old fashioned cursive. But yeah, this movie was really good, and it's like, yeah, it's like, and it basically tells you about the backstory behind the making of Mary Poppins, like how the songs were created and composed, like Spoonful of Sugar, and of course like Let's Go Fly a Kite, and of course Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah, but yeah, this movie was really enjoyable. It was really good, and it's probably my favorite Disney film of 2013 as well. And it's kind of hard to believe, and like I always say, it's kind of hard to believe that Save Mr. Banks has actually been around for nearly 10 years, because this movie's actually turning 10 years old this December. Yeah. Yeah, so overall, Saving Mr. Banks was a really good movie from Disney, and I'm gonna give Saving Mr. Banks 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen Saving Mr. Banks, then I highly recommend it. And there you have it, guys. That's my movie review on Saving Mr. Banks. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it. Peace.